So to begin with, I wanted to ask you all a question. How many of you all have seen a Rubik's Cube at any point in your life? You're aware what a Rubik's Cube is. I was aware about it too. But never did I see someone solve the Rubik's Cube until 2015. I had a friend who could solve this puzzle in a very quick time. I got so fascinated by the way he was turning the puzzle, I wanted to crack it. And the best place to learn anything is the internet. I went over to the internet and googled a solution on how to solve the Rubik's Cube. I followed the instructions and I ended up learning how to actually solve the puzzle. Thank you. But everyone who is trying to search something on the YouTube, you all can relate that there is always a bar at the right hand side which says similar videos. Similarly, I saw what a 2x2 puzzle is. I was completely unaware. I thought I want to learn this as a challenge as well. And I ended up learning this as well. But out of all the puzzles that I've learned, pyramids is my favorite puzzle across all categories. So once I learned how to solve it, I started to participate for speed cubing competitions. Now these competitions are held worldwide, and the goal of the competitions is for the participant to solve the puzzle in the fastest time possible. I was nowhere close to the fastest when I started, and to be honest, I'm still not even close to the fastest solvers. But I had an idea. What if we mix something along with cubing? I overheard somebody talk about the Limca book. It's a book for national records. And I planned to, again, go to home, search on the internet what it is about. And there was a record that was existing to solve the mirror cube blindfolded. And I thought, wow, this is interesting. You're mixing cubing and blindfold together to form something new. And I practiced for months and I actually attempted the record, and not only did I just attempt the record, I ended up breaking the national record. Thank you. There starts another chapter to my life. I thought speed cubing is something that is a sport, but rather to my surprise, people believed it not as a sport but as a toy. I thought the only way I could give it the status as a sport is by mixing it with different sports together. I had the idea of solving most number of these triangular pyramids puzzles underwater in a single breath. And when I attempted the record, after months of practice, this is what I got. The attempt got disqualified because I failed to follow one of the many guidelines provided. My dream was completely shattered of getting into Guinness World Records. There were only two possibilities to move forward. Either I leave cubing where I ended the record, or second, I anyway pursue, go ahead and get that title on my name. I wanted this no matter what. I continued to give my best shot, and on 9th of December 2018, I set a first Guinness World Record. Thank you. Now, in my mind I thought, what is better than one Guinness World Record on your name? I've solved something underwater already, I wanted to rise. I wanted to change the dimension now. I wanted to do it on land. But while doing it on land, it is just a speed cubing competition. What is the difference? So I had an idea of solving it while riding a bicycle. And not just one, multiple. And the current world record existing was to solve 111 of this while riding a bicycle without touching my feet to the ground. I practiced for roughly 4 months, and I wanted to set this record on my name in my birthday week, because birthdays are very special to us. I thought, I want to set this record, what next? I set a date, 18th of August. I wanted to set it on that very date. Throughout the practice sessions, I've fallen down multiple times because I've practiced during the rainy season. And now if you have a look at this, can you go back once? Check this out. You know, this is one very famous quote or a dialogue by Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, where he says, "अगर किसी चीज को दिल से चाहो, तो पूरी कायनात उसे तुमसे मिलाने की कोशिश में लग जाती है." Have a look at this. 18th August surprisingly turned out to be the first day in the month when it did not rain at all. The attempt went successfully and I ended up setting my second Guinness World Record. Next. By this time I was completely unaware that my journey of my first ever Guinness World Record was going viral in multiple countries. I get a call from Romania's Got Talent. And I was just genuinely surprised to why somebody contacting me from a talent show. I participate for cubing competitions, I set records, but what am I going to do in the talent show? They said they wanted to show the rising talent in India. So this is something very unique to them. They wanted to build a tank and wanted me to perform on their stage. But now comes the limitations. Firstly, I've never traveled internationally before. What if there is a language barrier? What if n number of things go wrong? All thoughts in my mind. But the biggest thought was, I come from a middle class family. I was not born with a silver spoon. How am I going to afford this trip? I know I have the caliber, but how will I afford it? And I told it to the person who contacted me that I am ready to participate, but will you pay for the airfare? Because I don't think I can afford it. They said, yeah, we will get back to you. A day passed, 2, a week, and then a month. I lost all my hopes that this is not happening. On day 49th, I get a call from Romania. I picked up the phone and the person in charge says, hi Chinmay, we are contacting you from Romania's Got Talent and we want you to come and perform for a show and we're sending you flight tickets. That was it. A dream coming into reality. I flew to Europe, gave a wonderful performance in Romania's Got Talent. The best part was when I was sitting backstage, I was just fidgeting around with my puzzle and another participant just walked by. He looked at me into the eye and he said, hey, you're Indian, right? That face he made, I thought, what is this racism going on? I nodded, I'm like, yeah, I'm from India. And he says something that took me to surprise. He says, Indian people is genius. So that is how they look up to our country, and that is when I felt complete. I went up to the stage, I walked up, I said, hi everyone, my name is Chinmay Prabhu and I've come all the way from Romania. I gave amazing performances, bagged 3 S's, flew back home. Once I was home, I was hoping for it to air as soon as possible. Everything about my journey was so special that the show telecasted my performances on 29th of February, a date we see every 4 years. So even the date was special. I was all set to go and go for the second round and set another challenge out there. To my surprise, I get a notification which says the show has been stopped. My dreams shattered again. And the reason for show coming to a complete stop was nothing other than the pandemic. We had the pandemic. Everything in the world came to a total stop. Now I knew I have to get back and get back even stronger this time. But during the pandemic, I couldn't do anything as such. One night, I was sitting on my couch and watching Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. You all have seen the movie? At least once while watching the movie, did you all ever think that, oh please, even I want to go and skydive like those people? I felt that. But now again, how will I afford skydiving? I had a plan. I thought of solving the pyramids puzzle in the fastest time in a skydive free fall. I pitched my idea to Guinness World Records. They accepted the idea. They said, okay, you can go forward. I contacted 2 organizations in India. One of the person thought I'm a total crazy person. He did not respond. Second person gave me a real life scenario. He said, Chinmay, if a car is moving at a speed of 100 kilometers an hour, try rolling down your windows. Try putting your hand out. The wind pushes it behind. Now imagine it's double the speed, but not just on your hand, but your entire body. You're saying you want to hold on to a puzzle? I said, no, I don't want to hold on, I want to solve it. Yeah, that helps a lot. And this is not happening clearly. I lost hopes, but why would I leave skydiving thought behind? That was a crazy idea. I pitched it to another country. They said, Chinmay, the reason we do not allow is because if you jump with an object in hand and you lose the grip, it might harm someone. You never know where it lands, and then a pyramid, it's triangular in shape. What if it hits somebody on their head? It's a life risk. Now, for my personal achievement, I didn't want to put anybody else's life at risk. So I thought, why not find a loophole to this idea? I thought, basically they do not allow you because if it lands on somebody, it might injure someone. I found a place where they perform skydives over a water body. Worst case scenario, the puzzle slips from my hand, it will fall into the water body and the attempt would be disqualified, but I won't be harming anybody. I pitched the idea. Again, I don't have finances. How am I traveling? So I started crowdfunding. My friends, family started to pitch in. And not just that, but I did a corporate show. When I was doing a corporate show, I had an idea that I want to go skydiving. I have performed already underwater and on land. There is something in between as well. I had a bungee jump idea. Nobody in this world has ever jumped with a puzzle in hand for the bungee jump. Because once you land, there is a major chance that because of the impact, the puzzle will slip out. I somehow convinced the person in charge that please let me try this. And you won't believe it, in the very first attempt, I ended up setting a surprising third Guinness World Record. Now the funds were arranged. I flew to the country where I wanted to attempt the record, and I tell him this last one loophole that I did not tell him because I was worried he might cancel it. That is, I cannot be jumping out with this puzzle in hand. Somebody had to come and pass it mid-air. They got very skeptical, almost denied me to do it. I said, give me one chance. If I cannot grab it or if it falls, I will not do this again. Firstly, I don't even have enough funds to keep jumping over and over again. So I just walk by, I tell him, give me one chance. He says, why are you so desperate for the records? Do they pay you? I say, no, I get no money for this. But this is my hobby, my passion. I wanted to pursue something as a personal achievement, and I wanted to spread that speed cubing is not just a toy, it's a sport. He said, okay, we like your idea, we will go ahead, but give you one chance only. I said, okay, that works. And in that very first chance, when the plane took off, I got very scared. I'm like, I am not going to jump from this height, this is too much, 13,000 feet. And once the doors were open, I was like, okay, do or die situation, he's anyway giving me one chance. I have to solve it in free fall. I take the jump. Twice I was unable to reach for the puzzle. Third time I take a hold and end up solving it in 24 seconds, setting a world record on my name. The next one. I was not completely happy with this record. Only reason being, I wanted to do it on Indian soil. I tried my level best to do it on Indian soil. But one thing that I could do is carry India ahead with me. So I went, after that time, I raised the Indian flag out there, and that was the happiest time in my life. Throughout the journey, rise has not been very constant for me. There have been ups and downs throughout. But what I feel was important, to rise back even stronger after every downfall. That is something that was very important. And also rise, as a word, you can split it up into 4 individual words. The R would stand for react. You have to know how to react to the challenges. You can't give up. You have to keep practicing. The I would stand for improvement. Improve your skills in anything that you do. S stands for stretch. Stretch out of your comfort zone, give it your best shot. And E would stand for excellence. Excel through what you dream of, and nothing is possible. Thank you, everyone.